It was a night of firsts at Handlin Field as Lincoln was set to establish a new identity for the Railer football program. The August 21st game against Peoria Manual marked the first varsity contest played on the all-weather turf field, and it was the first game for LCHS alum Aaron Fricke as coach of the Railers. Early on, it didn't look like much was different for Lincoln. Manual's first two plays from scrimmage went for long gains, but the Railer defense held, so Lincoln fans had reason to be hopeful. Those hopes appeared to be short-lived, however, as Lincoln was moving the ball well but turned it over before crossing midfield. That opened the door for Manual's B.J. Maxison, sporting number 1 on his jersey, to make himself the answer to a trivia question when he scored touchdown number 1 on the all-weather turf field for the Rams. Manual succeeded on the 2-point conversion to take an 8-0 lead. So, giving up big plays, turning the ball over, the opponent taking the lead, that doesn't sound like much has changed for the Railer football program. However, Seth Durbin got Lincoln on the scoreboard with a 10-yard run just before the end of the first quarter. Then Reese Warner rambled in from 6 yards out for another Railer score. Colby Merriman recovered a Manual fumble on an unusual punt attempt to give Lincoln a short field and allow Warner to score again a few plays later. That gave Lincoln an 18-8 advantage at halftime. After intermission, it was more of the same. Caden Wilkerson caught a pass in the end zone from Logan White for the only Railer touchdown in the quarter. That extended Lincoln's lead to 26-8. In the final period, Warner scored again on a short run. Not to be outdone, Durbin then caught a touchdown pass from Logan Davenport to score his second touchdown of the night and put Lincoln up by a score of 40-8. Lincoln gave up a couple late touchdowns, including one on the final play of the game to make the score 40-20, but after a shaky start, the players and coach from Lincoln felt that the Railers may have turned a corner in pulling out the victory.
Previous opening nights, it wasn't as expected, it wasn't as we wanted, and this year got the new field, knew everything like that. We executed how we wanted it to, and I think that's what we did. And we played together. We've been doing this since the offseason and everything. We've been staying together as a team in the offseason, and we kept the intensity throughout the entire thing.
People didn't, on the first touchdown, where the other team got the touchdown, people didn't give up. They started to drop their head, but they knew that, if they gave up, we were not going to get this game. And from last season, what happened, nobody wants that to happen again. They really wanted, to get back at what happened last year.
There was a couple times, I know I had to realize I was the head coach. I wanted to turn around and start getting in the chance with the students because they were eating it up. We had a great crowd tonight, obviously, first game in the new field, but this is the part about Lincoln that I always loved. We weren't always the most successful at football, but the town has always come out to football games. And there's a lot of people that want to see things turned around, and that, I think we all feel that, especially those of us that played here. The ghosts of us are still wandering around somewhere, kind of living through these kids. We want it for them so bad too, and I was very proud to be a Railer tonight.
Right.
I told the kids, you could run for a million years the first game. You're going to be out of oxygen on that first series because the nerves are just different. I remember that. But once they got through it, especially over in the pavilion, the big thing was the seniors were hey, this is the boat we were in against Lanphier last year. We had a lead and we let them come back. And just to kind of hear them, they remembered that and they were not going to let it happen again. So yeah, Hunter Clark and those guys, the seniors, are a really good group of leaders.
The undefeated Railers head to Southern Illinois on August 28th to take on Marion High School in a 7 p.m. game. Reporting for WLCN and Lincoln Daily News,